Hello, we're just waiting for a few people to join us. It's Brittany, and I'm here today. We're going to make a necklace and a pair of earrings using some blue and black Jesse James beads today. So, welcome. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. And we're going to be using Cookie Monster from the Ice Cream Mini Bead Mixes. Yeah, it's raining everywhere. We had so much rain today. Hi, Sandra. And we're going to get an assist from some blue and black strands. We have the Obsidian strand. It's black glass. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Tony. And we have blue raspberry. And then we have AI Aqua and French blue. And then we have some check matte aqua flat ovals. We're also going to be using some quick links from Beadalon today. So I have these. And some wire and a couple other things. I also grabbed, in case we need it, some of the metal from the mint chocolate chip mix. So I'm super excited. I think the necklace is going to be really fun. We'll get started. I'm going to move this mat into the screen so we can kind of see the flow of the necklace. The first thing I want to do is grab my quick links. I have 7 of them. So one's going to go down here. Hey, Sarah. And I'm going to move this up just a little bit. And then I am just going to put 3 on each side of the middle of the necklace. Just for spacing. This is actually going to be a strung necklace, so we're going to be hanging these from the strung portion. Hi, Sherry. And if you're just joining, we're making a necklace and a pair of earrings today. I'm super excited. I don't think I've ever made anything that's just blue and black before, so it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And there are a ton of different blues and black. Well, there are a ton of different blues in these strands. So what I'm going to do is figure out what I want inside of each one of these links. This link I'm going to leave open, but we're going to have a pendant hanging from the link. And then I want to match whatever goes in on each side. So I'm going to open up my strands. This blue raspberry strand is so much fun. I love how vibrant these are. And my favorite one is this teardrop. It's so, isn't that fun? I love it. So this guy is going to hang down here, and he's going to be our focal, but it's not just going to hang from the quick link. We're going to have a little bit more going on than just the quick link. And then I think I want the squares to go into 2 of our links, but I'm not sure I want them right next to there. I'm just going to put them in there for now. I know I want to use some of the teardrops from the AI Aqua strand. And these are also in the Cookie Monster mix as well. So we'll put those there. And then I need a third one. I'm thinking to get some of that dark blue in, I might do these 2 crackle glass beads. Okay, and that's not the order I'm putting them in. That's just, I'm kind of putting them there now so we can figure out that we're using them. And I also have some Beadalon ballpoint or ball head pins. So I'm just going to make some really quick drops with these. And I think I'm going to wire wrap them because I am using a jump ring to attach them. So I need to wire wrap all 6. Sorry, if I'm not responding, just put whatever you said in the chat again because I'm trying to look and talk at the same time. So I'm just doing a really quick wrap, nothing fancy. And then we'll trim the back. Okay, so we have 1. And then I'll just keep going. We've been having flash flooding here all weekend in Arizona. We get all of our rain at one point in the year instead of spread out. So it's monsoon season here. Hi, Melissa. Okay, so we've got half of them finished. Well, almost. Steamy hot in Denver. I haven't, it was actually in the 70s here, but I think it's warming up since the rain finished. Oh, yeah, Julie, we had enormous amounts of rain here in West Phoenix today. Hi, Maureen. All right. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing with our other three. I would say, well, we don't get, where I live, we don't have too many wildfires. The flooding isn't so bad as long as you're not driving in it. It's very scary to drive in, though. Okay. Two more to go. Okay. Thanks, Sarah. That's very sweet of you. It's very hot and humid where Maureen is. Yeah, I think we're getting a lot of humidity now that the rain is coming. I think we're supposed to be back up in the triple digits this week. Oh, I wasn't paying attention and I cut the loop instead of the tail. So always pay attention. One more time. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, it is such a great shape. It's a great color. Yeah, I really love that one. Blue, turquoise is my favorite color, but I mean, it's a shade of blue, so I love all blue. All right, we have one more drop to make. Oh, you like the opaque blues? Yeah, I love those too. I love that there's all different sorts of, like we have a opaque blue, we have a semi-transparent, and then we have crackle glass and all of these different beads. It's a blue lover's dream here. All right. I'm going to grab a different pair. This one doesn't want to get as tight as I would like it. And pull. There we go. Okay, so now that we have all of those complete, I'm going to grab some jump rings. Just going to kind of spill these out because there are different sizes in these mixes. And I'm going to go with the smaller size if I have 6 left. 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I am going to open these up and connect our links to our drops, just like that. Here we go. I'm just going to set them to the side. And I'm just going to repeat that for all 6 links. Oh, Christine, you have these in gold, the quick links. Oh, that sounds really pretty, putting pearls in them. Yes, I did get my summer camp kit this week, you guys, and it's amazing. And I haven't had a chance to post a video of it, but today on my channel, I'll be posting on Turquoise.Street on YouTube. You'll get to see everything that's coming in the JJB Bead Summer Camp kit. Oh my gosh, I was like impressed. I was really impressed at everything that's in there. And I can't believe how much stuff you can make with it. So that's going to go up on my channel tonight, probably early morning for those of you on the East Coast. But I will also be teaching at the JJB Beads Summer Camp a knotted necklace. I'm super excited about it. We should have pictures of it this week too to share. So yeah, if you guys are on the fence about the JJB Beads Summer Camp, I would say jump in because the kit is awesome. Like, even if you don't go to the classes, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but the kit is amazing. All right, so we've got number 6. And I think I'm going to trade number 6, the middle for the top. So I think we're going to actually go... Actually, I think we're going to move this one to the top, this one down here, and this one to the middle. So I want these 2 blues to stay apart because they're a little closer than this guy. So we'll move these around. Okay, so now we're going to make our pendant, and I'm going to be using this guy, and I have some 20 gauge wire, 20 gauge Beadalon wire. Cut a little bit of it so you guys can see. 20 gauge Beadalon wire. And then I have our bead, and I want to dress it up a little bit. It's not just going to be this little, that's not, no pun intended by saying dress it up, because JJB Beads makes those too. But dress it up a little by putting extra beads on it, and it's not just going to hang from this link. We're going to make an actual pendant that's going to hang from the link. So this portion of the pendant, I'm going to find, so I have all these beads up here. I'm just going to kind of put them in a pile, but I also have a couple of the Cookie Monster bead mixes, and I'm just going to spill this out because we're going to be using it throughout the rest of the necklace. And we're also going to be incorporating some of this black, or the Obsidian strand. So I'm going to open this up just to get it out there and ready for us when we need it. Sarah, I keep waiting for you to send me some dress it up stuff. I'd love to use it in a video with you guys. So, okay. I think I want to go with something that's black, but I'm not 100% sure. And I want to use these guys because we're going to be using them in our earrings. So I want to work some of them into our pendant down here. So I think I have 4 of these left. I'm going to find the other one somewhere in here. Here it is. And then I want some of these little tiny black cubes. These are perfect. don't know if I'll use that many in what I'm envisioning, but we're going to use some of them. And then maybe one of these, and we need the tiny crystal rondelle spacers. I might have used a lot of them already for the earring that I have planned. Yes, Beadalon multipliers. Sorry, that's the tool I'm using. I actually have two different versions. So one has like a straight and one has bent nose pliers. And I believe I got one of them at Jesse James Beads Retreat in 2019 or 2020. No, it was 2020. So I'm going to find some more metal. Here we go. I need this for this down here. And I want a large, this is from the mint chocolate chip mix. So I'm going to cut a piece of my wire. I don't really need too much. I always cut too much just in case because I don't want to run out of wire. And I'm going to slide on my focal bead, and then I am going to bring the focal not quite towards the middle. We're going to have a shorter tail to the side, and I am just going to bring them both up and wrap this one around just once or twice our main wire, just twice as good. We're going to snip that in the back. And now we kind of have like a head pin using our pendant or our focal bead. If that's a little loose for you, you can also grab your pliers and then kind of, I'm going to grab the flat nose pliers. Grab your pliers and bend, twist it, and it kind of gives it an interesting look and will keep it from moving. Then I'm going to settle in our spacer, kind of sets it right on top of our bead and right on top of that piece that we kind of want to hide right there. And then I'm going to put this, let's see, do we have a little, let's see how this looks. Nope. Oh, we have a tiny crystal here. He's a cutie. And then I'm going to set this on top of that other crystal. See, I don't like how that looks. I think we're just going to go with the crystal rondelle and the larger crystal metal bead. So that's our drop, part of our drop. Okay. We're just going to do a wire wrap loop at the top. So I'm going to take my wire, hold it between my pliers, bend it back, then reposition my pliers, bend it forward, and then I'm going to take our wire back around, and then I'm going to hold onto my loop and do a wire wrap around it just a few times to get that secure. And I want I think I want this to stay like that, so I'm just going to make sure my loop is straight, and then I'm going to cut it off in the back. There we go. And that's part of our pendant. Doesn't that look cute? Yeah, that would be a really cute earring too, but that's just going to be part of our pendant. And then I'm going to take our little rondelles and some of our cubes, and I'm going to grab one of these. It's coming together, guys. You'll see my evil genius in just a moment. A couple rondelles to separate some of our cubes from our other rondelles. And I put aside a lot for our earrings, and I'm not seeing a lot left, which is okay. What I can do is we will end up using a couple of these guys. These are a little slightly different crystal ball spacer. Put that there. And then I have some 22 gauge Beadalon wire that I'm going to cut a piece of. Okay. Which like I said, I always cut way too much. But I'm gonna cut a piece. And then I am just going to take my beads and string them on here along with my focal. So sorry I'm not really paying attention to the chat. So if you've asked me a question, just ask it again and I'll be happy to try and answer it for you. I'm going to find a couple of these shell beads and then see if we have another small few of these crystals. There we go. Put these around our crystal ball spacers. And then a shell here. And a shell here. And I need one more. Oh, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm going to put on a shell. And then go on down the line here. Okay, and then this is where I am going to slide on my pendant. Just want to make sure that it's facing the right way. And then here's what it looks like so far. We're going to do the same pattern up the other side. Okay, just a couple more beads. And I'm gonna make sure that this is, we have enough room here. Oh yeah, we do. I'm going to line up, actually I'm gonna line up the ends of my wire here. Put them together. Pull this down so it's symmetrical. And I think I want, let's see, do I have two of these? Sorry guys, I'm looking for a different bead. I think I only have one left though. That's okay. I think I'm going to take off these two shell beads because they're not really the look I'm looking for. And we'll move on from there. But I'm going to take this bead and slide both pieces of wire through our bead. Bring it down here. And here is our pendant. Go ahead and do that. So there's our pendant. Okay. And then I am going to wire wrap this onto our middle quick link. And then we'll get started on the rest of our necklace. So I'll go ahead and do the exact same thing. do that towards the back. And I am just going to, oh, I just flung a bead somewhere, guys. The hazards of making jewelry, right? I'll probably never find that bead. So I'll just go ahead and, oh, I want to make sure that we're good here. We don't have too much gap. There is going to be a little bit of gap because of the shape of these beads right here, the cubes, but we want to try and keep that as tight as possible, okay, without breaking our beads. And I just kinked my wire by doing that. So I'm going to take my flat nose, or I'm sorry, not my flat nose, my nylon jaw pliers, and try and work those kinks out. There we go. And we'll start again. Okay, and I'm going to take my quick link and feed it onto my pendant. I want to make sure it's facing the right way, and that's backwards, so we'll do it again. There we go. So that's going to hold our pendant on. I am going to go ahead and hold our wires, and then we're just going to wrap down like you would normally, but use both wires. There we go. So there's our pendant, and I'm just going to trim that in the back and tuck in our wires. Okay. And we'll just straighten this a little bit. So there's our cute little pendant for our necklace. And I'm just going to set that aside because I want to design the rest of the necklace. Actually, we're going to string the rest, and from each side of our pendant, but I want to put that aside so we can figure out how we're going to arrange the rest of our necklace. So we have our 6 quick links. We have our black and blue beads. And at this point I have like just a big bead soup, which is kind of awesome to design with. I usually design with the bigger beads first. So we see our bigger black beads. I'm loving, and this is one of my favorite crystal shapes, is the hexagon. So I want to make sure that makes it in there somewhere. Okay, I definitely want to use these because who wouldn't? Look, they're like chain on a boho bead. And then I love these little like disco balls. So we're going to get those in there. Somewhere. We'll put those to the side for now. And then I want these chunky curved pieces in there. Okay. So now I'm going to incorporate a lot of our blue beads. This is the fun part of designing. Just lay the beads out, and you don't have to, you don't have to have anything specific in mind. Just kind of go where the beads take you. Put some silver in there. Yes, everything is Jesse James Beads, Prudence. There are several different blue strands and mixes that they offer. Oh, and I love these big cloudy crystals. We'll use these rondelles. Sorry for the silence, guys. I'm going through, I'm just like in the zone, in the bead zone, trying to get everything to work together. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of keep filling in, and then it's always one thing I love to do is get my nice beads out there and then fill in if I can with something that is, you know, a little bit more cohesive and of the same color. So I'm going to open these up, spill some out, and then these are going to go up the back of the necklace. You probably can't see that, but I'm going to put some going up the back, and then we'll kind of use some metal to space them out. So it'll draw the eye down, so you're not trying to follow the necklace up the neck, and it's drawing you down to your focal piece. Okay, I'm going to start stringing in just a moment. I just want to make sure I have enough beads. I think we have enough beads, but you can always feel like getting more in there. And I think we're good. I want to see if these look okay. We might do a couple of these like potato chip spacers between those. So I also have some Beadalon bead stringing wire, as you can see here. And I'm just going to start at the back by grabbing a few beads. And I like to bead onto my spool because I never know how much I'm going to need. And it also allows me to make some changes at the end if I need to. Just going to do 3 beads at a time and then a potato chip spacer. I'm gonna do, I think 12 beads like this on each side, and then I can always add more if I need length later. Okay, I'll save these for the other side. All right, and then we're just going to go down, and I need to make sure I understand where I'm going to put my links. So I'm going to have 1, right here between these two beads. I'm going to have one right here after our black bead, and then I'm going to have one right here after this black bead. So just to make sure everything is gelling. We have some smaller ones over here. Okay. There we go. And then I am going to see, I'm going to slide on my quick link, and that's going to rest in between these two beads. So like that, but I don't really love how that looks, so I am actually going to change where my position for this bead, and I'm going to slip this bead back up here. So I'm looking, I'm going to put another round bead there instead of a rondelle. We'll go with one of these. Okay, and then we had a black bead. Then we'll go with, just want to make sure our quick links are facing the right way. And now that I'm looking at this, I think the quick link is not facing the right way because these beads are too large. So I need to get some smaller beads on either side of that. So it's a lot of trial and error, but we can work it out. I'm going to take those beads off up until that point. And try and find some smaller ones that'll work. So I'm thinking these will work. So let's try it again. See, yep, it gives it more room to flatten out. Okay, perfect. Trial and error. And then I'm going to slip on another black bead with some silver. And we'll keep going. Okay, I'm just making sure that we have enough beads for the other side. And we'll do this one and this one. So we're putting on our second quick link now, and I want to make sure that it's facing the right way when I add it on. Yep, facing the right way. Okay, and then we'll go here. So one is just a flat side, Roberta. She asked, how can you tell if the quick links are facing the right way? One is just like a flat side and one side is textured. So I'm just making sure that when I put them on there, the textured side is facing the correct side of the necklace. So then we're gonna go make sure that this is facing the right way. And it's not. I think I just put it on backwards again. Yeah, I did. Nope, it's facing the right way. Okay, so after all that, we're almost at the middle of the necklace. Okay, and then we're going to string this onto our pendant. So there we go. All right, so I'm going to turn my pendant around because I, again, want my quick links to be facing the right way. And I am just going to string right onto that. I have a crimp bead. And some crimping pliers. So I'll put my crimp bead on first. Around my quick link, come back through. And you can, if you're not comfortable with crimping, you can use a culotte or a clamshell, or you can just flat crimp this. Normally I don't like crimping on live camera, but we'll do it today. And I'm just going to go ahead and slide my crimp down, get it in the deepest groove of your crimping pliers, slide it down, make sure your wires aren't crossed, and then crimp. And then you're just going to turn it sideways. And I actually think this was a bum crimp that I got because it didn't crimp correctly. So we're going to cut that off. That's why I don't like crimping on national TV. So we'll just cut it off. Okay, we'll try one more time. If I can find my crimps. Yeah, it is really tiny. It's hard to see. I might need to find a different set of crimps. Okay, we'll put that in our largest part of our jaws. Move this down and make sure you're crimping between the two wires. There we go, perfect. Turn it 90 degrees and then move up your jaws. And you can use a crimp cover put over that. Just slide that over and then slowly close it. There you go. Perfect. All right. Now I am going to separate this from our spool, but I'm going to clamp it in case we need to change the back of it later, because now we have to start on the other side of the necklace. So let me cut this off. Get a bead clamp. You can use tape, you can use whatever, you can tie it around a bead. If you don't have a bead clamp, you don't need one. Okay, and then I am going to kind of set this out right here as our guide for the other side of the necklace. And then we'll trim this later once we'll clean everything up, make it look really pretty. Okay, so we'll start from the middle. I'm using Beadalon 49 strand wire, bead stringing wire. Okay, just making sure that the link is facing the right way. And then we'll just kind of go up the necklace. Okay, so I put this link facing the wrong way. I'm just going to turn it around. Perfect. And then we'll continue up the rest of the necklace. We're almost finished with the necklace, and then we're just going to make a pair of earrings that's going to match, and then we'll be finished. It's always the other side that goes much more quickly once you've designed the first side. Let's see, what did I miss? To the right, the beads that are to the right, my right or your right? Are you talking about these beads? Sorry, I totally missed the question. These are one of the Pantone strands. Oh, yes, these were from Jesse James Beads as well. think they had them in a couple different colors, matte, aqua, flat ovals. Yeah, they're fun to touch too. They're like really, they're kind of like river stones, almost like beach glass. Okay, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, so 12 on the last one, and we have 1, 2, 3, so we need one more set of 3. It's a pretty long necklace. Okay, so I'll go ahead and wire this on to our link. I'm going to use another stopper so we don't fall off the back. It's the last thing we need, right? And I'll cut this piece. Just make sure that our links are facing the right way, and they are. And I'll grab another crimp bead. We'll come around here. And we'll put our crimp bead in that lowest valley on our crimping pliers and make sure our wires don't cross. Sometimes you always just want to take your time with crimping. The more quickly you do it, the more likely you will have an issue. Okay. Then we'll just turn that sideways. No worries, Katie. Yep, I will be posting this video on my YouTube, hopefully tonight or tomorrow. And then I will grab another crimp cover. Roberta, if you're crimping, your wires are crossed while you're crimping, they might break down the line. It might break the crimp, it might break the wire. It just isn't a very good thing to have your wires crossed while you're crimping. And then we'll close that. And I'm going to slide my wire just to make it look a little bit better through some of these beads. And like I said, I'll trim at the end. So I grab the end. And I want to make sure that there's plenty of room on our wire when we finish crimping, that our links are able to lay flat. So I'm going to get this guy in there. So I always say make sure you're crimping loosey-goosey, meaning you don't want any space between your beads if you can help it, but you do want there to be enough slack in the line so you're not crimping like a straight line and then it lays really funkily when you're wearing it. So okay, so that I made sure that we have enough room to where these can lay flat and everything looks good. I don't see any huge gaps. I'm going to grab my clasp, which is also from Jesse James Beads, and it's really fun and it matches our necklace. Isn't that fun? It's got some black rhinestones on it. And I'm just gonna, I just crimp right on. I don't think I need a jump ring. I'm gonna grab my crimp bead. My toggle. And then make sure our crimp bead's outside of our toggle. come back through, and then we're going to come down. This is actually quite a long piece of wire, but that's okay. That's par for the course with me. And then I am going to pull this until I come back down through some of my beads. It's easier for me to grab onto the wire and get some tension if I'm coming through a couple beads. So I'm just going to do this. And we're going to work out having some any gaps. So I'm seeing some gaps towards our pendant. I'm just going to move the beads down. Keep going. So I'm making sure it's kind of tight, but because it's in this format, it's going to have some slack once I finish crimping. So I'll go ahead and grab my crimp, and we'll do it again. You don't have to use these, by the way. I just think it makes it look finished. And if by chance you do have a gap in your line because you didn't pull all the slack out, this is a great way to get rid of that. Yes, it is a lot easier to pull if you've put it through a couple of beads, Deanna. Okay. All right, I'm just going to trim my wire. And we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. This is actually quite a long necklace. And we're almost finished. We only have a pair of earrings to make left, and I've already made one of them, so we can kind of breeze through the second one. I'm going to put this through. And I'm going to cut this. Okay. Slide everything down and just do the exact same thing. Make sure we have enough room for all of our quick links to lay properly, and we do. Can tell it's heating up outside because my air conditioning is coming on way more than it was while it was raining. And we will put our toggle on this side. Pull this down through a few of our beads. Okay. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing I did on the other side. Just, you're almost like a private detective or something. You're investigating your necklace, making sure that there aren't any gaps, because that's like the worst thing ever when you're so happy you're finished with your piece and then it just isn't exactly what you were envisioning. So I'm going to go ahead and do our little crimp. And then we'll turn that 90 degrees. Last crimp is always the most difficult, no matter how easy your day has been. I promise you it will be that last crimp that puts a wrench in your plan. And then we'll cover it up. Okay, so I'm going to trim my wire. Necklace is finished. It's not going to look, you're not going to be able to see it very well against this background, but I'll change the background in just a moment. And then we're going to finish we're going to make a pair of earrings. This is one funky boho-y necklace for sure. I will show you the finished product in just a moment, but I'm going to move this out of the way and we're going to make our earrings. I'm going to come back to our 20 gauge or 22 gauge wire, find a piece. And we're going to kind of mirror what happened with what we made with our pendant. Okay, so I have some beads that I set aside from the Cookie Monster mix earlier. And I don't know, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm doing this blue on a blue background. But I'm going to put our beaded or rhinestone ball in the middle and a couple rhinestones, and then I'll do the other side. Rhinestone spacer, black bead. Just keep alternating these as they go. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other side. Okay, and then one more spacer. Oh, I already put one on. And then, so we have this loop that's going to hang below our other bead. So we'll match up our two ends, push that through our teardrop. Go, and then we're going to put our crystal rondelle spacer, our black bead, and then our rhinestone ball. And here is our earring. So we're just going to wire wrap it like we did with the pendant. I'm going to take my pliers, bend back, bend forward, bring it around town. And I actually, when I have the two wires like this, I like to keep it on my round nose. When I don't have two wires, I just kind of grab it like this, but I don't want to smush them. So I am just going to keep it like that. And then I'm just going to wire wrap. There we go. Okay, and I am going to trim the back, but I'm also going to turn my loop so it's facing forwards like that. Straighten it up a little bit. And we'll trim the back. We'll grab some earring wires. And here we go. Here's one earring. And here is, thank you guys, it's so sweet. Here is the second earring. Just making sure I'm putting the back on the back of the earring. Okay. Sharon, I usually start with way too much wire because I'm paranoid that I wouldn't have enough. I think probably 10 inches of wire would have been fine. Aren't those pretty? Love those. The gauge of wire for this was 22 gauge. Okay, so I'm going to clear off a spot here and bring our necklace and our earrings together so you can see everything. It's just kind of hard to see on that background. I have a little tray here we can put them in. So here's our earrings, put them up there. And then our necklace, which is super long, but also super fun. I love it. Okay, so we'll stretch it out here. So here's our beautiful pendant and our quick links hanging down. It's actually going to be like super flowy and boho-y when it's on someone, but I don't have a form that I can like that's big enough that you could see what it looks like on. But it's got a lot of movement and it's just fun. There's a lot to look at on this necklace. Here we go. Here we go. So I think it's really fun. I will take some pictures and I'll post them on my Facebook page, Facebook group, Brittany's Beads, and then you'll be able to see this video either on Jesse James' Facebook page or my YouTube channel, which is Turquoise.Street. So yes, it is like fringe and it's very boho-y and I think it's fun. It's a funky color combo that you don't really see. I don't see a lot of black and blue, at least not this type of blue. So I'm really glad you guys enjoyed the video today. I had fun making this pendant with you and using quick links in a kind of fun and interesting way. And you'll be able to hear me coming when I'm wearing this necklace with all the jingling that's going on. So thanks so much for watching. Thank you to Jesse James Beads, as always, for having me on. If you guys are interested, you can check me out on Turquoise.Street on YouTube and at Brittany's Beads on Facebook. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Sharon, I won't talk about you if you try and copy the earrings. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye. You hiding? You created a fort behind these pillows, didn't you? Hey, Goldie. Hi. Hi, cutie. She went behind her pillows. Hi, cutie. Just napping like she usually does.